So I think this will be part one of my PLUMB Rockaway pattern build. I recently picked it up off eBay. I've been, you know, and if you guys have watched any of my videos, I'm sure you've realized that I'm a big fan of PLUMB. And this one that I came across was an older head. You can tell by the square stamp rather than the rounded edges. And it's an actual Rockaway pattern, I believe, not just a round lung jersey. I know that's a common misnomer in the Axe community. A lot people will call anything with round lungs a Rockaway, which is not true. This is an example of a round lung jersey pattern where you can see the eye is much taller, pole's much taller, the bits probably about close to the same length, maybe a little bit longer, but it's a much broader pattern axe overall. Whereas a Rockaway, that beard is more pronounced. This one here is a keen cutter, and you can see that swoop or that belly in that beard is more pronounced. And this one is a Kelly Works, and you can also see that same. It's not as pronounced with the PLUMB. I do still believe this is a Rockaway. If you have a different idea of what pattern you'd call it, please let me know by all means. But for my best determination, it's a Rockaway. Like I said, it really looks like a jersey that you would almost like take where that beard meets back to where the eye is and almost like squish it there. That's the best way I can kind of describe a Rockaway and how to differentiate it from a jersey. Whereas, these two are jerseys, these two are Rockaways. It's a tall Connecticut pattern. That one's also a Rockaway. So I'll give you a little bit of a closer look. This one is really in pretty good condition. Obviously, it's very old, so it's some pitting and rusting, but it really hasn't been beat on by any means. You can see the stamp is still visible there. Try to catch it right in the light. There we go. Pole's in pretty good condition. A little bit of mushrooming, but really not bad at all. I'll leave that. It does have the triangle touch mark. And talking with some others, I'm not 100% sure what that touch mark means. Maybe it was. Your speculation is as good as mine, and really it's all guessing. If you do know, please reach out and let me know. But I see it on a lot of the older PLUMBs. Sometimes you'll see triangles. Sometimes you'll see like a crescent or a half moon. Sometimes you'll see a star. Sometimes an X. But yeah, so I'm very excited about this one. It's got a nice high center line. I'm sure you'll see that from what I've shown before. So I think this one's going to sharpen up really nicely. I'll probably put a kind of a banana grind on it. Try to shoot for something about like that maybe. I think that looked really good. Kind of similar grind to what I did on my other PLUMBs. This is a PLUMB Connecticut pattern that I did. So kind of take that nice high banana grind on it. It should come out really good. This is a pattern that I really hadn't gotten any experience with until really somewhat recently. And I acquired this one pretty recently, and this one just last week. So and this one I was gonna hang, but I didn't realize it when it was posted online, but there is a crack at that lung right there. So maybe I'll hang this one eventually, but if not, it's just kind of part of the collection. Toe's pretty worn too, so these ones are in better condition. So yeah, I'd like to get started on this one and start with just some surface rust. So I'll probably start with some steel wool and some Windex and cleaning it up and see if I can get it to shine up a little bit. Yeah, I cleaned up pretty good. Not too much of a difference, honestly, because it was pretty clean to start. But I do think that the plumb stamp came out a little better. Cleaned up some of the grime out of it. So I think the next thing that I'm going to do, if my hands will warm up enough to cooperate with me, I think I'll kind of go back and get it clamped up in a vise or a little setup here and kind of go for that. Start establishing that grind I'm shooting for. So I'm happy with how that grind came out. I know there's a lot of people out there that are way more capable at it than I am, but I think this is acceptable results, at least as far as my standards. There is still a tiny chip in the blade there. I didn't quite get out. That's fine. As I use it, I do plan on using this, and I sharpen it more, it will come out, but it won't affect performance at all. And honestly, I probably really didn't need to get it this sharp, but I did. This is kind of a special axe. It's one I've been hunting down kind of for a while, so very excited about it. So I figured I'd take the extra time and kind of put a really nice edge on it. That's what I think is a nice edge. So you can see that's focus here. Should be nice and sharp. I don't have a bevel gauge. I really should pick one up at some point. I've just kind of been going by what seems right. Maybe it probably is naive of me, but we'll see.
So now onto the handle.